Most people quit composting before they ever succeed. Not because composting is hard, but because it has been made to sound complicated, messy and, well, slow. The truth is this. Compost does not need bins, gadgets, turning schedules, or perfect ratios. It needs biology, moisture, air, and patience in the right order. When those are respected, compost almost makes itself. This is the simplest compost pile method that works anywhere, smells clean, breaks down fast, and produces rich soil year after year. Compost fails when microbes are starved or drowned. Too dry and nothing happens. Too wet and the pile turns sour. You know, most compost advice can really overwhelm beginners with endless rules rather than focusing on the one thing that truly matters: feeding living organisms correctly. Compost is not waste management. It is, in fact, microbial farming. The easiest compost pile is actually built slowly and layered naturally. Honestly, there's no need to measure carbon to nitrogen ratios or turn the pile weekly. You know, nature composts forests without any human help at all. And, well, this method simply copies that process in a more controlled way. If your pile stays warm, smells earthy, and, shrinks steadily, then it's working just as it should. Compost should, ideally, touch bare soil. This allows worms, fungi and bacteria to move freely into the pile, making the whole process much more effective. Placing compost on concrete or plastic, well, it isolates it from life and, you know, slows decomposition. Shade is better than full sun. Sun dries piles too fast and, honestly, kills microbes. The simplest compost pile uses only two categories: soft greens like kitchen scraps, fresh weeds and grass clippings provide nitrogen. Dry browns like leaves, cardboard, straw and shredded paper provide carbon. Balance happens naturally when layers alternate. Start with a loose brown layer about 15 centimeters thick. This creates airflow and drainage. Now add a thinner green layer about 5 to 8 centimeters thick. After that, just cover it completely with browns again. Every green addition must disappear under browns. This single habit, honestly, prevents smell, flies and rot. Exposed food attracts pests and creates anaerobic pockets. Covered greens feed microbes instead. When oxygen is present, decomposition is clean and fast. Smell means lack of air. Compost should feel like a wrung-out sponge. Not dripping, not dusty. Dry compost pauses. Wet compost suffocates. Water each layer lightly as you build. If materials are dry, spray until damp, not soaked. Microbes need sugar to multiply quickly. A simple activator speeds compost dramatically without chemicals. Mix 1 tablespoon of unsulfured molasses into 5 litres of water. Pour this evenly over the pile once after building or after adding a large amount of dry material. So, molasses is not actually a fertilizer. Instead, it's food for microbes. By adding it, you increase microbial activity, generate a bit more heat, and speed up the breakdown, all without harming the soil life. But you should use it sparingly. Once every 3 to 4 weeks is really enough. Now, turning is optional. Compost will break down even without turning, as long as it's built correctly. Turning adds oxygen faster, but you know, it is not required for success. If you turn, do it once every 2 to 3 weeks. More turning dries piles and, honestly, slows fungi. A working pile warms within days. That heat kills weed seeds and pathogens. If the pile stays cold, it needs moisture, greens or oxygen. Small piles dry out, large piles hold heat. Aim for at least 1 meter wide and 1 meter tall. This size maintains internal warmth while staying manageable. So, size controls speed. The larger the compost pile, the faster it tends to decompose, you know. It's best to avoid meat, oils, dairy and large bones. These items, well, they slow decomposition and, frankly, they attract pests. Citrus peels are fine in small amounts, really, and diseased plants should only be composted in hot piles, just to be safe. Healthy inputs create healthy compost. You do not need to add worms. When conditions are right, worms find the pile naturally. They follow moisture, food and warmth. Worms appear after microbes do. Finished compost is dark, crumbly and smells like forest soil. The original materials are, you know, pretty much unrecognizable at this point. Heat stops and the volume shrinks dramatically. Honestly, rushing this stage will just reduce the quality, so it's best to wait. In warm conditions, compost finishes in about 8 to 12 weeks, but in cooler climates, 3 to 5 months is, well, perfectly normal. So, the speed of composting, well, it really depends on things like moisture, the size of the materials, and of course, the overall material balance. You know, good compost really takes time, not effort. Apply compost to the soil surface or just mix it lightly into the top layer. And, make sure not to bury it too deep. Compost, well, it feeds soil life first and plants second. Living soil, you know, grows stronger plants. This method works because it respects nature instead of, fighting it. No bins, no strict ratios, no constant turning. Just layering, moisture and biology. Simplicity is not lazy. It is, in fact, intelligent. If this guide helped you see compost differently, do consider subscribing to Nature's Blueprint. Share this with a gardener who thinks composting is hard, and let soil life do the heavy lifting.